Yo, we're live, man. Welcome, dude. Here's the
Hello, amigos. I am here in Chicago with my good friend James and my friends. What is your name? Michelle.
Tina.
Tina and
Rajesh.
I just met these guys today, and they're phenomenal people. And we're on this call with Ty, Arlay, and James.
What's up, guys?
Oh, hey, man, what it is? How's it going?
James is from Sacramento, right?
Yeah, right by there, originally Woodland. Right now I'm living just north of San Francisco in the Bay Area.
And Ty is living in Chicago.
South suburbs.
And Arlay is living in
San Francisco.
Nice. And he's in the subway. So welcome to the Hangout. Now, today has been a great day, James. You know, you allowed us to connect with people all over the world. And this is what I'm feeling right now. I'm like,
I'm having too much fun right now. This is good.
it's like super random, man. I just went downstairs, they're all chilling, like.
We're just like playing music on a hangout, like.
Dude, I'm on a Hangout, and I'm on a Hangout, real life Hangout, with Michelle, Tina, and
I made that mistake.
my other.
It's like so funny when people ask us like, what do you do? You know, what
Yeah, dude, everybody's been asking me like, what in the world do you do? Like,
and we're like, okay, well, come on the hangout, we'll tell you about it. And then we're like on the hangout, and they're like, okay, so now you're gonna tell us what you do. And it's like,
you know what would be funny if I got them get on this Hangout. Are you there?
See, Google Hangout.
Do you guys have Google Hangout?
I do.
Yeah, I think everyone does, but I haven't never done the hangout.
Dude, this would be super random. Like, we all hang around the piano and get on the Hangout.
give him the link. Give him the link.
If you guys have
So
Facebook,
you want to know how to make money right now? You want to know how to make money now? Go take the link that's in the URL right here. Take the URL link and go and share that link with people right now.
Nobody has any idea. All right, here we go.
So you used to be you still are a nurse, right?
No.
You said you were in the healthcare. I was just thinking.
Health designer.
All right, so I'm gonna have to put the headphones on, and we'll get the phone.
Yeah. So we're doing this like Inner Circle Mastermind here to get into like other people and kind of also just like reveal ourselves a little bit to you and you know let we put on our pants the same way. You know, we hang out with people the same way that you do. We have lives. We're real people. And we're able to do all this. And
No,
also,
actually, James is actually lying. We're actually drones disguised as humans. Just going. We're actually not humans.
what are you an extraterrestrial? Are you from outer space?
Well,
Angel.
So he first, my first career was.
all right, let's get talking, guys.
It's so dark.
I'll listen to the piano all night, but you know, if you want to actually like discuss the secret of
I know,
music,
dude. My apologies. I got distracted.
I know.
Take the mic, man.
Well, it's like that's kind of what we're known for, and kind of why we're in this business is we get distracted all the time. It's like, you know, you walk in a room and there's someone sitting there, and you're like, oh, I want to know you want to, you know, you make honest. We grab them and
Sorry, man.
I'm looking for my backpack.
You're gonna you can like hop back on whenever you're ready to like just like grab the mic, but it's just like really noisy in the background noise. So like when you have something to say, you just like if you can like unmute yourself. But I just wanted to get into some like other information right now that's you know, really important and critical, and kind of like why it is that we're on this hangout. It's we are a little weird. You know, maybe we aren't the normal ones. Maybe we are, like Carlos said, not actually human beings. And you know, yeah, we have these disorders. You might call us, like, if we have ADHD or, you know, whatever it is. Like, we're the weird ones that don't really like we can't go to normal jobs. Like, no way. Nor do we intend to live normal lives. In fact, like, what it is that happens when you get involved with us in this organization is, like, you know, we're a leadership factory, really disguised as a business opportunity. So it's like, you know, you might think that you're coming in here and you're going to learn how to do all this crazy marketing, and you're going to be able to, like, publish yourself on all of these networks and get this huge following and stuff. And that's all kind of on the front end. That's the material aspect of, like, yeah, you come in, we'll show you how to make a lot of money. Like, that's on the front end. But really, on the inside, it's like what you discover as you go through the training and the courses and the hangout is how to just become unleashed, right? As this phenomenal, not normal by any means, leader, and, you know, an extrovert, and a creative, transformational change expert. And we start to discover some other techniques, technologies, as we're, you know, forcing ourselves into this tradition of blogging every day.
Right.
Then we get used to going on other people's blogs, because one of the things that we do and how we share content is we reference other people's blogs. So if we're talking about a certain subject and then we say, see this person's blog, and then we go over and we contact the owner of that blog and we write a comment on their blog and say, hey, we just talked about you on our blog, link back to them, and then we create this web together. And as we start doing that, we're, like, researching and, like, finding things and, like, understanding stuff about blogging and this information. We start, as we're publishing our content, going through all these other sites and learning about all this other information, we come across some other information. Like, you wouldn't believe the information that is on the internet right now. I don't know how much you've actually, like, dived into the internet and really started to read other people's blogs and know, like, what is the information that people are coming out with their blog. You know, what is the cutting edge news? You know, what is the information that they're not showing us on TV, that isn't in the magazines, that isn't in the schools, right? The information that's so dangerous that you can only find on the internet, right? And it's because, like, of the need to get this information out and share this information with people that the internet exists, that we have these technologies, like these laptops and these phones. They have arrived at this time, at this critical time in our evolution, because there is such dangerous information out there that is needing to be revealed. So as we get reconnected with our passion, and we start blogging and writing about you know, what we're passionate about, we're researching, we go on these other blogs, we find some other shit out there. So one of the things that I've found is actually, and this is a tip, because this is diving into your niche market, right? Because you want to establish your niche market. The riches are in the niches, is what they say. So, so it's like, as you know, you're publishing your blog, you want to share it with a specific group of people, a specific group that is going to relate to you in a certain way. So I found a website that actually, and I don't know if I should even tell you guys about this, but Carlos mentioned this, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. And you know, maybe this is true for you too. I don't know. Maybe this is just something that is so weird and beyond you, that you can't even imagine. But this goes into my why, and this goes into kind of how I have to be doing this, is because I found out this information reading this blog, and I took a test. It was an online test that I went on, and what this test for was to test you to see if you were an extraterrestrial or not.
Wow. Okay.
So
I'm still with you.
But I took this test, and there was like 6 different types of extraterrestrials that you could be. And apparently, these extraterrestrials, incarnated here in human form for a specific mission. And there's actually like hundreds of thousands of them. So there's so many ETs out there that are incarnate in human bodies that you wouldn't even know about it. And the amazing thing is that so many of these extraterrestrials that are incarnated into human bodies right now, they don't even know that they're an alien. So anyway, and this is kind of a joke. It's kind of funny. I actually just started laughing, so hilarious when I read this blog, right? But I took this test and I found out that I was a Canadian. I'm from the Pleiades.
Wow.
And so I went on Facebook and I joined the Pleiadian Facebook group. And there's something like 30,000 people, like over 30,000 people who have done the same thing and have found out that they identify themselves as Pleiadian, and they're all in this group. So now I have this whole group of like 30,000 people that are asking these questions, and I'm just able to be a leader there and provide for them answers and resources, and like, hey, check out this YouTube video, read this blog, and be there for them. And that's become one of my primary audiences. So what you need to do is start asking yourself, like, how do I find out more about myself? Because when you find out more about yourself, then you can find out who are the people that you relate to that are your audience. And it's usually something kind of weird. I mean, maybe it's like other trombone players, but it's usually something deeper about that. Maybe it's like people that your heritage. If that's and finding these niche groups using sites like Facebook and Google Plus. Facebook especially has these groups and these communities inside them, where if you know how to use the search bar and search for things and add people and add into groups, join groups, and answer people's questions, and be there for them, comment on their posts, and show up and show value. Those people are going to look at joining you and looking at you as a leader and someone to be with. So that's a little tip I have about some other information. It's like, yeah, being an alien is cool.
Being an alien sounds cool.
So yeah, I don't remember the exact name of that website, but you can just Google how do you know if I'm an extraterrestrial or not, or am I an ET, or
what type of alien am I?
What alien am I? And you can go and take the test, because I think most people are descendant from a certain aspect of the stars. So there's people from the Pleiades, there's people from Arcturus, there's people from Orion. Maybe it's I don't know. I don't know how many people there are that identify themselves with these groups, but that's an idea, an example of just a niche group you can get into. I don't know what else. You'll have to discover yourself and find your own niches of who it is and who you want to relate to and who you want to share your content with. That was just a weird example.
It wasn't that weird. I've heard some pretty weird stuff. That wasn't the weirdest thing I've heard ever in my life. Don't worry about it.
I know it's actually it actually makes a lot of sense, at least for me.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of I'm sure you've heard of Carl Sagan and stuff like that. It reminds me of his quote that we're made of star stuff,
Hmm.
and it kind of I've always kind of thought that there's two there's the way that the universe is, and then there's two ways that humans have gone about describing it, and one of them is from like a mathematical sort of scientific sense. The other one's from a more like emotional sort of um, not scientific or mathematic sense, but they're both just different ways of explaining the same thing.
I love it. It's the science, it's the art, it's the science of being and the art of living. What I like to think of it. Which reminds me of a book, which Arle just brought up. I saw his picture. He's showing Dale Carnegie. Now he's petting his cat. I love that. That's an awesome kitty. Um, Books is like the other tip that I would like to bring up is like reading books and what you're reading. You can also join Facebook groups of people who gather around certain artists, but a lot of it is like, hey, you like this, you're gonna love this,
Right.
and then you film your blog, you know. So it's like it's people that like that's one of the best like bridges that you can find to get an audience onto your content on your page. Musicians too. You like this music, well, you're gonna love this then, and then you share in your blog and link them to your blog. Um, so, is there any like questions that you have like specifically like as you're getting started, like what to do next, like what your first step should be, or like
Yeah, I
anything?
guess I'm not really sure like how to start. I mean, I know I've decided that I have to start trying to market myself as an individual trombone player and stuff like that, but I don't really know like how to do that other than just going out and playing with people and meeting people.
Well, a lot of times when I go out and play with people and meet with people, um, they want me to send them a sample, or they want me to send them a demo or something. So it's like it's building connections with people. And do you have to build connections with people by going to the club and like meeting with people, or can people just come to know you through hearing your music already? um, which is what the blogging allows us to do. So, what I would do, like, if you're really trying to like, market yourself as a musician, if that's what you're like all in about, and that's your dream and your vision, your goal is like, I want to be a trombone player,
Yeah.
like it or not. Um, that's your publication, right? That's your production. So every day I would record a lick, record a new song you're practicing, and publish it and post it on your blog, and then share it. You can have a link for people to download, and then eventually you'll have a list of like all of your best tracks. And when people, either when you run into people or uh, find them casually, you can be like, hey, you got like samples, that I can get from you, and you can just go like, go to my blog. You have it categorized, so for like each different type of musician that you're playing with, you'd be like, oh well, he likes this style, so I'll send him a link to this specific page.
Right.
This one has this style, so I'll send them a link to that specific page. And then they can download their track and start playing along with it, and publish on YouTube. YouTube is huge. Even if you just have um, what's your technology ability right now? You got like a microphone or recording gear, like.
Honestly, I'm not even. I don't really even have like a good setup right now, other than just remembering crap. I mean, I have a instrument microphone that I can use for stuff, but I'm not really even sure how to other than using like the built-in mic on my computer. I'm honestly not really a tech-savvy person, so I'm
But
not.
hey, you have a built-in mic on your computer. You have
Right,
you
yeah.
can a Google.
I know how to make like really crappy quality recordings using that, but honestly, that's only bearable to listen to for so long.
It's a start though. It's a start, and
Yeah,
what people will see is
right.
like, hey, this guy is doing it. He's doing something. He's saying like, you know what, like it or not, I'm hitting play and I'm producing right now, and you can get a glimpse of someone's style. I mean, if your goal right now is to just get a team together and build a team and start collaborating with people, that's what people
Yeah,
are going to do.
I have a buddy that he plays saxophones, and then we were both in junior high and high school band together, and we were in a kind of rock sort of band during high school. We still play together now, and him and I are trying to get a new project started, but we're trying to find the right people to work with us who are going to vibe right, and it's like pretty much the same thing that I just said is the same thing that him and I are trying to do together. So we're kind of still stuck in that same boat.
What is that? Let me see that shirt, RLA. Wait, hold it up again. Is that your DG Kung Fu in that shirt? Oh, look at all those awards. It's like, award after award after award. It's like this guy doesn't even have to say anything. Yeah, that's pretty sweet, man. And the cat, and the cat. Yeah, make sure to show us the cat. All right, that was just like a pattern interrupt there for a second. And nunchucks. So the other thing that I would do is, to work on the actual so you want to build a brand around the band, right? Not just you. You want to build the brand around the band. That's the band brand. Band brand. Right?
Band brand.
And if you're on this hangout with us, you're getting this knowledge, then it's like you are going to be the leader that the other bandmates look to like get the gig, close the show, hit the nail into the coffin when it comes to bagging the gig, right? So it's like you want to get a band together, but you can market yourself to other musicians, but really you want to be marketing yourself to not just an audience, but to other booking agents, people that want to book you all around the world, right?
Yeah.
Doing shows not just in your hometown, but people want to be finding you on the internet and be like, we want to book you in our town. So that's kind of what the blog is for, so people can find you. So you want to be thinking about showing up in Google, showing up in social networks, PR sites, wikis, YouTube. You think about your keywords that you want to be targeting when you're just announcing yourself, saying like, "Hey, we're birthing this movement." So I would think about what words really describe your music and what you're trying to create, and going in on SEO keywords for that, and trying to show up and using local marketing. So if you're I don't know, maybe your post is called best trombone player in the Southwest or something, or best trombone player in Chicago. I mean, people will look that up. They'll go into Google and they'll be like, dude, I need a trombone player in Alabama or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want to show up for. You want to be the authority on all of that. So when people go to Google and they type in the keyword about what you're about, they find you.
Okay.
And then you can go on other people's blogs. You can go on websites for theater venues or find booking agents, but go onto the website for venues that you want to show up to. Email find a contact form to contact the person who's in charge of booking for that venue. You email them, and once you email them, a brief little letter, and then you send them a link to your blog. So now your audience is transformed from other musicians to people who might relate to your music to actually the booking agent. So now you think if you can write a blog that you can get in front of like the booking agent, someone's going to see your blog who's in charge of booking the shows. They've never seen you before. They've never heard of you before. You're from a completely different state, but you want to go on tour and travel to that place and play at that venue. Write them an email, send a link in their email that directs them to your blog. They'll see your blog. They'll read your story about the blog. They'll find out about who you are, your band, what they are. There'll be videos on your blog. Maybe there'll be sound clips, whatever you can do to show them about what your band is and what you guys do. They'll see that, and they'll just see that you're on your own blog and doing your own thing and just recognize you as an expert. There'll be links to your social media. They'll get all involved when you start following you. That's how you book shows without even being in the same country.
Wow.
So if that might just be some information that you just might want to sit on and think and digest and think about your image.
Talk about creating an image.
Yeah. So creating an image. Just how do you that's the fourth tip, I think, is what we would get into, is the teaching and the mentoring, because before you are the guru, before you're the rock star, before you're up on stage with the lights and the thousands of people looking at you, it's maybe you don't even know how to talk right or play the tune or play the song. You can still be making just as much money. That's how people in Empower Network do it. There's people in Empower Network that don't know anything about the knowledge or the marketing or the information. They're not a guru at all. But what they do is they just point the finger and direct to someone that they do like. So maybe at the beginning, your blog isn't even about you at all, because you're still trying to find other musicians to play with. You're still trying to get a good microphone and good recording equipment. So maybe at the beginning, it's not even about your image. It's not even about your brand at all. It's about what you love, right? It's about what you're passionate about. So you can go to SoundCloud, or you can go to YouTube, and you can look up what you like. Find the artists that you do like, and then share that on your blog and start writing about them. Start writing about your heroes. Start writing about your mentors, about the musicians that have changed your life, that you really like, that you look at. When you share this, when you go and you share your blog on Facebook with this, everyone knows who that artist is, right? That artist already has a big following, and you're probably friends with a lot of the same people who also like that artist. So your friends on Facebook or your other social networks are going to see your post about, Carlos Santana or something, and
right.
And they're going to want to read it because they're like, oh, what's this news about Carlos Santana? Maybe you found another blog about him and you referenced that. That's how maybe you got some new news or something, or maybe you write about how it affects you or a time in your life when you listen to something. So at the beginning, I would completely do your whole blog about other people. I would take this 21-day blogging challenge, and I would just write about all of the musicians and the teachers and the mentors who have influenced you. And through this, you will start to grow an audience of people who also share a similar interest. But then when you do come out with your own stuff, you already have an audience there that's like likes the same kind of music. This is what like DJs do and music producers do. You know, they'll start playing sets of stuff that the whole audience already already know and loves all these tracks, and then they'll just drop in one of their own mixes, and they'll just be like, all right, here's an original, and then slowly start to draw it out. So you start to trickle a little more and more originals in there, until eventually it's all original and it's all just you, and you forget about everyone else. And that is how you slaughter the guru, and we call that guru slaughter.
Guru slaughter. Sounds brutal.
So that's kind of like the first mission that we set people off. It's like, go slaughter the gurus. Take all of the gurus who you respect, know, and love, and slaughter them by taking their SoundCloud, taking their YouTube, putting them on your blog, referencing back to them, of course. Give them a link back, give them some link juice, and then write about them and share them. That's how we slaughter the gurus.
Okay.
Yo, Arla, you got any words on that?
Yeah, I'm switching to my computer. My telephone is almost dead.
Yeah, you're a rock.
Let me ask Fluffy. Does she have some thoughts on that? She's a good blogger. There you go. Show them your teeth. You Mr. Kusho.
Dude, I love your cat, dude. What happened to Carlos?
Yeah, I don't know. His screen's been dead.
Hey, we've been.
I think I just double muted him. Wait, Carlos, unmute yourself. Who's your friend? You have a new friend? No, you have to unmute yourself.
Dude, I thought
I just muted you again. Sorry, I keep on muting you every time you unmute yourself. I'm trying to unmute you, but just hit the button.
Wait, am I muted right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, basically we were saying that we were listening the whole time. We were just playing a little bit too. This is my friend Michelle. We've known each other for many years. Actually, a couple seconds.
That's just bad.
Dude, she sings. Do you want to sing? Yeah, we're gonna sing the beat. It's like
a sneak upcoming.
that we created.
61 You sing.
I feel like but your screen is frozen, and I just.
Do you realize who's on this call? Just sing it, girl.
I can't.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, there's a YouTube audience too watching.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Cabrera here with Michelle, born and raised,
Malaysia.
now a new transplant, and we're about to sing the Visa song. Here we go. Don't mind that.
Can I rap?
Whatever you want. And sing the chorus. Sing the chorus.
Sing the chorus.
Okay, actually, I think what you're gonna have to do is people are gonna have to enter their email below and subscribe to be able to have the Beatles song sent to their inbox. You're gonna have to record it and send it to us later. I can't really hear you through the track right now. You're kind of breaking up a little bit. So I think this is a great lead magnet. This is a great catch. And as soon as your audience will opt into your subscribe form, they'll get to hear you play the Beatles song. So I think that's perfect. You just froze right there in that minute. that's like a great strategy, and there it goes. Yeah, I would say like the next step after blogging is to start a newsletter, and
Like through email or something like that.
yeah, like an email newsletter. So this is using another service we use, either Aweber or GetResponse. And
Can you show it? Can you show it like on the computer or share your screen how to do that?
yeah. So I actually I can give you this link too that you can go to get it. But basically, I mean, what is it like you actually want me to show you? Because I mean, you can go to the website.
Nothing. I mean, not really. I mean, the Aweber, I didn't touch it yet. I'm just curious to get a little more motivated what it does.
Yeah. So, so here's the formula for blogging success, right?
I'm trying to get it to the fucking computer, to Google Plus, and I have a problem because the internet is so slow and my phone is gonna die in a minute.
It's okay, man. I'll just like explain this this secret strategy to you, and we can work more on it later. But this is actually what I got this like whiteboard for right here. So,
Oh, this is so cool.
I'll draw this on the board right now. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. So
Do it.
here is the magic formula for blogging success that you get for being involved in the inner circle here and being with us today. So, right. X traffic. Can you see that all right? X traffic is greater
I'm
than
gonna plug in my phone here.
Y leads is greater than D sales. That is the blogging formula for prosperity, success, abundance. Basically, what that means is like, so this is the sustainable metrics, or the sustainable metric for online business sustainability. So traffic. What's traffic? Traffic is eyeballs to your blog, right? You can go to Google Analytics. You can plug in the key into the Kalatu back office, and you can track your traffic. See how much traffic, how many hits, eyeballs you're getting to your blog, and then leads is actually how many people from the traffic that hit your blog, how many of those people opt in through your landing page by putting their email into a web form and subscribe to your list. That's what a lead is. A lead is someone who goes onto your blog or otherwise your landing page and opts into a web form and subscribes because they want to know more about your offer. And then that's where we follow up with we have an automated email that comes up, and that either directs people back to the blog or gives them a direct offer to sell. So a lot of times, if you're like a musician or an actor, and you're kind of, you're selling these creative arts, you don't make all of your money through selling your music, through doing your gigs. Like I mentioned before, a lot of the money comes from tools and training. That's why we have affiliate programs. So say you're doing you have your blog and it's about this music, and then you have an opt-in page, want to learn, how I made this song or something like this, enter email here, or, you want a free track, enter your email here and I'll give you a free track. That's a lead. So we use these other services, Aweber and GetResponse, that you can plug into the Empower Network system, and these allow you to keep a mailing list. And then you can go into your back office for your mailing system with Aweber or GetResponse, and you can send out broadcasts to your entire list. So you can have thousands of people now on your mailing list and just send one email, and then everyone is brought back to your blog or emailed information about your next event, or emailed some promotion or whatever. So the industry standards for these numbers, and if you know these numbers and can track these numbers, this is how you can keep sustainability in your system, in your business. And it's usually about 1% is the industry standard of the numbers, to give you the full disclosure and let you in on the secrets. So that's if 2,000 people traffic your blog, you should get about 200 leads. And out of those 200 leads,
You get 2 sales.
2 sales.
Right.
2 sales. So
Yeah, I can see that.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
yeah,
Welcome back, Carlos.
yeah.
My apologies, dude. The internet here is really shitty, and I apologize for coming in.
I just went over the sustainable metrics formula for ultimate prosperity. Yeah, so really, you want to know how to achieve ultimate success with this system. It's you want to get 2 sales a day. So how do you get 2 sales a day? It's
You gotta get 2,000 hits a day.
yeah, 2,000 hits to your blog a day, and work up to that. You can of course get a lot less hits and a lot more sales if you target in your market a lot. I'm focused more on getting a very niche target. So I'm more focused on getting hot, ready to buy leads. But you can also get a way wider audience. You can be getting thousands of hits to your blog and not one lead. If you're not targeting it at all. So that's kind of an average. But that's the insider's secret numbers. There you have it.
Very interesting.
And it's so much easier now with Empower Network that we have these the social, what is it, the little social pop settings, the little buttons. We can just immediately share it on to all our content networks. But just simply hitting the button and having it show up on your Facebook newsfeed or on Pinterest or Twitter or LinkedIn or wherever you're doing it isn't really enough. What you have to do after that is go into those groups and find all the people that are part of those groups that you want to talk to and actually engage with them and start conversations with them and solve their problems and just give value. And if you can if you seriously want to be a player and produce hardcore, I'd go through these different social networks and private message or post on these people's walls or get in touch with 30 people a day. That's what they had told me when I started, is go on Facebook and search for people and just actually private message 30 people a day, and a couple at least a few people they'll get back to you. And as you're finding more about yourself and learning about your own identity, more and more of these people will want to get involved with you and come to your show and do your thing. So don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Just be full of love and abundance, and just generally want to do it. And you don't have to be a guru now. You don't have to know everything now. You can just refer people to the expert. Hey, who just came
Hey,
on?
amigos, sorry to interrupt. This is Erica Nwachuku. She just signed. I just sponsored her. She's on my team now. Erica, she's a phenomenal singer. I just wanna say I'm proud of you, Erica. She's from Chicago, and yeah, just Erica.
Hi,
This
guys.
is James.
Hello, Erica.
Hi, James.
Hi.
Everyone.
Hi.
I'm stoked that you're here. So, you might answer some questions, Erica? You want to talk a little bit? Can I ask you something?
Sure.
What was it like? What was the defining moment, or like the reason why when you discovered that like this was right for you, that you decided to join Empower Network? Like, well, why was it for you that?
Well, mostly, well, because Carlos is like one of my closest friends, one of the people that I can consider really close to me. And we always talk about the future and all the success that we see ourselves going to, and I've been like noticing how he's been such a positive person lately with all the stuff that had been going on with him, and how he's like really making moves, I guess to say. And I'm about to graduate, and I'm just thinking about like my next steps in life and the next chapter that I'm going to be starting. And I was like, well, and he was also like telling me and encouraging me like this is a really good opportunity. There's so many connections that can be made, other people that are really passionate about what they do, a really supportive community in that aspect. And I was like, you know what? I really don't have anything to lose. I only have stuff to gain. And I was like, I'm just gonna go for it and
And
hopefully it
look at
works out.
this, we're already like making connections, and it's like, your first day, and you're already meeting like 4 people who could possibly change your life, just by
Right.
knowing and getting involved with what we're doing here and interacting in this discussion. But Carlos, man, she mentioned like you incredibly. Like, it's your positivity, like your transformation, the places you're going that really like attracted her into you.
James, Erica like has seen me at my lowest, man. She's seen me at my lowest. So like she, out of anybody probably like will be able to tell you that if I transform, like dude, I transform. Like Erica knows, all like it's kind of like I'm just gonna be transparent, and she knows about like the anxiety, and then I had problems like retaining food, and like she saw me at my lowest, and like I love Erica because she was always like she never looked at me weird for any of that, she saw me as like a human being, not like some weirdo, and like I finally got over I'm getting over the stomach problems and the anxiety, like because I'm in Empower, man. Like the people here are real. That was like the first time I felt self-worth. Like dude, like you guys basically like, saved my life, man.
So what was it for you, Carlos? Why was it that you decided? What was the defining moment when you realized that you just had to be involved with Empower Network and this movement that we're starting here?
Well, the defining moment for me, the moment I realized that like this was right for me was when I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago. I sat down, I met Gabrielle, sweet little Gabrielle from Australia. She's the sweetest thing. I showed her my video, and we just started talking, and she just starts crying, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm gonna be honest, I was like, why is she crying? Like this is awkward. And then she like couldn't stop for a little bit, and she's like, you have so much passion, and that was like the moment I said to myself, you know what? This is like the first time I feel like I'm like worthy, like somebody actually cares about what I do and not just like what I do, if that makes sense. Like cares for you as a person, as a human being, and not somebody that's just like a hired pianist or whatever, like the background. Like no, like she like lifted me up, and then Phil came. Phil just joined 5 months ago. He's already in the leaderboards, and he like is so humble about it. And like I feel like no matter what your status is in the company, if you're like a multimillionaire, if you're in the leaderboards, whatever, they still talk to you as if like you're on the same, whatever you want to call it, financial level or whatever. Like Tracy Walker, everybody, Paul Gardner, everybody's just super humble, and they just want to help, and it's like it's amazing, man. It's a blessing, man.
Dude, that just started to transform me as I was listening to that. It made me just like so grateful and appreciative of what it is that we're doing, and that we're able to be here for people on so many different levels. And it has invigorated my bones through my understanding, so that we can really all feel positive together. that as we continue to foster this community, and you know, if someone has a question or has, you know, something going on in their lives, or they need some type of aid, healing or something, that you know, we can come
Yo, I
together.
gotta run. It was so much pleasure. It was so much fun. I'm so delighted to be here. And I mean, I literally feel like I'm gonna get an orgasm for it. Okay, thank you so much.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Dude, he didn't even say anything the whole time. I'm so confused. You said he was an actor?
He's like my #1 producer, dude. He tore up the blogging challenge, dude. He's just out of this world. He's one of those guys that, like, he's just like, he doesn't have to do anything, you know. He just, like, comes on. I mean, he does this business so that he can just, like, you know, write his little blog thing and, like, not even, you know, be the front of it, or, like, you know, you talk about being humble. You know, he's just like, doesn't even care about the fame and the glory or any of it. But yeah, man, it's that time, and RLA is, like, you know, on the train. He's getting the bus going. So I'm about to hit out of here again. I mean, if there's any, like, you know, last things you want to ask, or questions, or things you want to say. Otherwise, I'll tell you about the next meeting. We're going to be doing Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know when the next one's going to be. But there is a level up sequence in your back office, and as you go into poundnetwork.com/login, there's two big buttons. One is a button for the next event. One is a button for the level up sequence. Make sure you're taking it for the next event, because we're gonna go off with some other shit at this event. Not only is there gonna be the stage there with the speakers and the storytelling, but as I get it now, I'm not sure if this is gonna happen or not. We have to get enough interest for this. We're actually gonna open up a second stage for some theatrics for the film company, for the musicians and the dancers. And so my passion is to build a global independent film company. One company that can be united with our vision of production, but also, you know, independent. So we're not looked after with any you know, big corporation that is telling us you can't produce this or you can't produce that. And Empower Network is really the only way to make that possible. So through the global independent film company, we actually have a partner company. That's the global independent music company. And as we establish ourselves, all these roles throughout the internet, we're able to open up a. I'm gonna meet you out, Erica, just for a little bit, because you got some background noise coming out. You got something to say? Just come on back. So we're actually going to be opening up leadership positions for our leadership council that are going to be people who want to get involved either with the global independent film company or with the global independent music company, as well as the Empower Mentoring crew. And the people that get on these leadership councils, it doesn't matter how much money you have or what your state is this time. It's purely based on talent and whether or not you're all in or not. So we have the level up button right next to the event page button. You can click on the level up button, go through the level up sequence, and get all in. Go through the whole process and get all of the knowledge and the information and everything that you need to be successful right now, to build your brand online. I think it's so to get all this information, like I paid for a complete master's degree in sustainable business, which was about $80,000. I dropped out like 3/4 of the way through, so I paid about $50,000 for my whole course. the entire Empower Network suite of information technologies is 20 times the information that you'd get from a master's degree, because they continue to update it regularly, and it's from actual, 1% earners, not from people who just graduated and got a degree and are just writing books, and they don't actually do anything like teaching theory. So 10 times the amount of value of a master's degree for a tenth of the cost. Normally it's like $5,500 to get all in for this information that is going to blow your mind with all the marketing and brand building and everything you need to do to be on the internet today. We actually are giving you a discount. We're on sale for like this week only until February 13th. You can get all in for like the whopping price of just like $3,900 something, which is not only like a tenth of the cost that you would have to pay if you were to get this information at university, but we're actually taking another like $1,000, $1,500 off of the price. So if you're committed, if you're like serious about this business and what we're doing here, you want to get in, you want to get all in, go through the entire level up sequence and get all of the products, make a commitment to yourself that is what you're going to do by February 13th, and figure out a way to do it. If you if you need to manifest those finances somehow, figure that out. I took out a loan. I actually didn't pay my rent for a month, so that I'd be able to do it. There's if you want it bad enough, like you'll be able to figure it out. But making that commitment to go all in is it's what it takes. If you're going to be serious, you want to actually get the instruments, you want to actually get the tools and the resources that are going to make you successful. And before anything else, before you invest in anything else, invest in yourself, in your own education, and get the resources. And I can explain to you from my experience and getting a master's degree in business that this is the information that is going to be more relevant to you than anything else on the face of the earth right now, is going through these classes, these courses, and learning how to build your brand online, because that's what's going to torpedo your way into success. Go through the level up sequence, get all in as soon as you can, get your ticket to the next event, meet up with us in Nashville. We're going to do a show. It's going to be huge. You want to get all of your friends, your buddies, your network, everyone and everyone else to show up at Nashville, because we're going to do the other celebration when we're there. So in the meantime, stay connected through blogging daily, showing up in these social circles on the internet, and start sharing what you got, and we'll start liking and commenting and staying involved and helping each other out as much as you want. You can get in touch with me on Facebook, join the Syndication and Invincibility group, and we'll blow up your production. So I know you got a lot of information over this call. I probably blew your brain in more ways than not. So take some time to dive in. Go over what we just learned, write it down, recapitulate it, blog about it, share this.
Hey James, sorry to interrupt. I gotta wake up early tomorrow.
Let's all just like yell and say goodbye and just be like, ah.
Ty, thanks a lot for being on this call. And
hey, no problem. Thanks for the invite, Carlos. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you. We'll be in touch soon, man.
So love and light
James,
and lots of action.
Thanks a lot, James. We'll see you guys later.
Later, Carlos.